Student athlete. What comes to mind when I say that word? You might think about an old high school friend that used to play a sport, football or baseball maybe. Maybe think about a current college player such as Kellen Mond at Texas A&M. Maybe even think of a professional athlete that used to play at the collegiate level, like a Zion Williamson or a Patrick Mahomes. But you probably don't even think about the horrific story behind the term student athlete, because you probably never even heard of it. The story of Ray Denison and how he lost his life before the National College Athletic Association, or NCAA, put in the rules and changed the system. College athletes are some of the hardest working people at any university. Through the time they commit to their sport, the large amount of income they bring into the university, and dealing with the NCAA constantly, college athletes deserve to be compensated for their work. So this man here is Ray Denison. Ray Denison passed away in September of 1955. He passed away due to an injury that he received in a football game. He was a former Army vet, 30 years old, and played for A&M Galveston. As he ran down the field to tackle the kickoff returner, the kickoff returner's knee went directly to the crown of his helmet. Ray Denison then dropped to the ground and passed out immediately. He was rushed to the hospital where 30 hours later, he passed away. His recently widowed wife, with no money to use, thought that she could sue the university for workers' comp. But then this is when the NCAA got involved. According to Karen Gibbons, a famous sports reporter, feeling like the entire amateur system would crumble if schools were forced to pay workers' comp claims for athletes, NCAA Executive Director Walter Byers met with his legal team and came up with a strategy to make sure no one would mistake a college athlete for an employee entitled to benefits. Walter Byers, this man that pushed this initiative, was the first full-time NCAA employee, and even he regrets this decision in his tell-all book that he wrote, Unsportsmanlike Conduct. The NCAA will do whatever it takes nowadays to keep power over college athletes, whether it be rationing food or not giving them enough food to eat, or whatever it takes. The next big reason that college athletes deserve to be paid is the profits they bring into the university. In this graph here, in just March Madness alone, you can see the insane amount of revenue coming into the NCAA. In just last year, $72 million almost was brought in from just this 1 month of basketball. But these athletes are still not paid. In 2015, the most profitable department in the country was Texas A&M, raking in over $192 million in profits, with over $100 million solely in football. And out of this, the players still saw nothing. Granted, new facilities might be built, or they might get better coaches even, but these players are receiving none of this. College coaches even are some of the highest paid public employees in the entire U.S., getting paid millions of dollars, while the players that they coach get paid zero. The players aren't even able to generate money using their own likeness. If they want to sign a jersey, they don't receive any of the profits. It has to be a free thing. If they want to appear in a video game that's technically illegal and breaks the NCAA's rules, and you could lose a scholarship. And someone that doesn't have a scholarship might be struggling and can't risk trying to lose their NCAA eligibility. And then the final reason is the time commitment that athletes put into their sport. The opportunity cost of being an athlete is really great. You have no free time between school and sports. People have to decide what they want to do with their free time, and many of these athletes choose not to study. As a former Florida State player states, college football has become a business. It's like a full-time job for players, and the demands of work overweigh the demands of school. The story of this Florida State player is very intriguing. He was a non-scholarship player, and he didn't know what to do. He didn't ever make it to the NFL. He was very popular in college, but he couldn't sell his likeness. And by the time he was out of the NFL, he was jobless. He had a degree from Florida State, but no one was hiring him. And he had grinded his whole life to be in the NFL, and the dream just didn't come true. And then finally, in conclusion, athletes are some of the hardest working students at any school, from the long hours to the time-consuming classes. Athletes are overwhelmed without anything to show for it. Well, I don't know if any of you are college athletes or any of your friends are. You never know what these athletes might be going through. A lot of people like to make the argument, oh, they're on a scholarship. That money is paying for their university. But a lot of people don't realize that these non-scholarship players are going through the same struggle. They're unable to get a job because they're spending all their time playing football or with school. And they can't even sell their own likeness or jerseys without being kicked off the football team. So imagine working every day for the next 4 years. You work hard at school, you grind every day, and you just work a job to pay your way through. But every paycheck you get, your boss immediately takes it, puts it in his pocket, and gives you none of it, even though you put in all the work and your boss just sat on the sidelines. Thank you.